Hey everyone, it's Tyler the Rustic Nerd Dad here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about 5 tips on how to get monetized on YouTube. So as some of you know, I recently got monetized. It took me about a year and a half to do so, and a lot of that had to do with I wasn't putting in the work. I took a bit of a break, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, I'm going to get into 5 essential tips on how to get your YouTube channel monetized. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment to let me know. And if you have any questions, I'm going to be doing essentially a series of this as the channel grows. So I'm going to try to give as much information as I can when I can, and obviously it will always get better. So here we go. So the 5 key things that I noticed is content, shorts, social media, going live or go live, and engagement. So as many people know, or not necessarily everybody knows, but you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours viewed in a 365-day period, which basically means that if you go over the 365 days, that next day you start losing hours essentially towards that 4,000 total hours viewed if you're not getting in enough hours, which is essentially what happened to me. So those are the 5 things, and again, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 total hours viewed. So content. Obviously you need content to generate views. I mean, if you don't have content, you're not gonna get views. YouTube's not gonna be able to create an algorithm based on your content if you only have like a handful of videos. So you definitely want to get videos out there while you can. As you can see, as of the time of this video, I have over 100 views on my channel currently to help, guide people into my channel. One thing that I learned kind of late in the game, but is making sure that obviously your videos are focused to a specific niche or genre or field, and try to keep it in that general umbrella and not kind of veer too off or have too much going on. Again, I'll talk about specifics of that later when I talk about my journey to get to this point. Number 2, shorts. YouTube Shorts is kind of like a godsend for reaching YouTube monetization. It's huge for getting subscribers. Major deal. The shorts need to be in a mobile format so that people can, watch it on their phone, and they generally want to be under a minute. Some of my best videos are like 15 seconds long. So, I mean, the shorter, usually the better. I can grab somebody's attention and kind of, it'll help push that video out. Make sure that you're using the hashtag shorts in your description or your title, and obviously add in a couple extra hashtags, or at least one with a primary example of what your video is about. Utilizing the music, kind of like TikTok, utilize the music that's available on YouTube. Now, keep in mind, those videos won't be eligible for monetization for the most part later. However, it helps people find your videos more easily. And sometimes the algorithm picks up on that and helps push it out. So it's definitely a big tool. And obviously, I know this one actually falls by the wayside for quite a few people, but making sure that your shorts are actually in a playlist connected to your primary content. So, for example, I've done, shorts that have to do with Batman. And as a lot of you know, I do a lot of Batman content. I make sure those shorts are in my Batman playlist. So that way, if somebody happens to watch that short and they're like, yeah, I'm going to click the button that's going to take me to the playlist, or I'm going to go to that person's channel and I'm going to look for that playlist specifically. And it also gives you the ability to, edit text and put in there, I've got a playlist for this, which might pique people's curiosity. But yeah, some information about my highest viewed short to date is only 14 seconds long. As you can see here, like I have for this video, I just, did a screen record of a couple egg hatches on Pokemon Go, added some music that was available in the shorts program, and I added hashtags that seemed appropriate to me. And at the time of this video being made, which is September 2022, has over 29,000 views and has generated, over 100 subscribers for me. Now, obviously, those subscribers will come and go. Like, yeah, I got like 140 some subs. I probably lost like 40 of them. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that I wasn't constantly putting shorts of that similar nature that they would enjoy. They're probably seeing my other stuff and they're like, he's got a lot of stuff going on, but that's still a good good turnaround on subscribers. So, you know, put content out there, and I'll be putting links to my top 5 shorts in the description of this video, so you can check them out if you want, just to get some general ideas of what I've done with my shorts to help you push content out. Because again, I think if this is something that you want to do, you know, make a monetized YouTube channel, that's something that you'd like to do. I want to share my experience with everyone so that they can try to do that as well. And as you can see, over a year old at this point. I did it in July of last year, and it's still getting views and subscribers to date. Social media. Big thing that I utilize as well. Social media platforms such as TikTok can be very helpful, especially with TikTok being very quick to cultivate a community, essentially. I right now I have over 8,000 8,000 followers on TikTok, and you know, it's when I'm constantly putting content on there, it tends to grow. And as long as you're diligent on a platform like that, you will get followers. People will come across your content and they will follow because it's something that they relate to. And on platforms like that, you can, you know, lean into the fact that you have a YouTube channel where you've got more detailed videos. Even if people don't subscribe, a lot of the time that I've seen anyways through like my Linktree analytics, because people will still at least go to the channel, which means that they're at least checking content out. So whether they subscribe or not, you're still you're cultivating views, which is good. You need that viewed time. You need those hours to reach that 4,000 total hours viewed. So if you're putting stuff on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, that you've got a YouTube channel, or, you know, links to those videos on your YouTube channel, it'll at least bring people to your channel. And that's really important. Again, a lot of those outlets, especially TikTok, does not like YouTube being mentioned. And there has been proven that TikTok will basically slow your video down for the most part if you've got that information out there. You know, even saying the words YouTube is a risk, but if you can, you know, still get that video out to, you know, a few hundred or, you know, like 1,000 or so people, there's a good chance that you're going to bring people over. So, you know, like Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't. Again, if you don't try, it doesn't happen. So I highly recommend that you lean on your other social media platforms that you've built up to work together. It's very, very important, and it's something that I've done consistently and will continue to do. This is a humongous thing for cultivating view time, going live. So whether you're a streamer or just, you know, content creator, you know, doing like reviews and DIYs and stuff like that, going live is a big deal, especially if you can get like a friend or family member that can just tune in and let it go while you're going. Because that pretty much, you know, if you get somebody that's, you know, at a desk job that is allowed to, you know, play videos while they're working, they might stumble across your video and just be like, hey, you know, I need some background noise, and just play your video while you're live. And again, if you have that connected to, or like a link shared to your live to like Facebook or another social media platform like Twitter or something, you shared out there, and you get people that hop in to just, you know, out of curiosity, that's going to bring in time views towards your total hours of 4,000 total hours viewing. When I reached my 1,000 subscribers, I was short by a good couple hundred hours viewed. And I'm still very busy with school and work, but, you know, I just needed to grind out those hours. So basically what I did is I, you know, live streamed some games as consistently as I could, and encourage some friends and family to get on and watch those lives to build up, you know, those hours. So example, you get a couple family members that can watch, let's say, you know, like you get 3 people watching your live video and you're on for an hour. That was a quick 3 hours. And on top of it, you know, you get people that are stopping in, you know, a few minutes here and there. That adds up. And as well on YouTube, which is fantastic, is that, especially if you have it put that live video put in a playlist, somebody can come along, go to watch your playlist, and then just watch that live video later. So again, make sure that you're putting that video into a playlist, but it is a very quick way of building that time up. And this is another huge aspect of going live, is the raids. So if you like to stream games, people, when they do raids, in case you don't know what a raid is, basically it's when a live streamer, usually they do this in limbo, like they're waiting for the next, session to load, or they're just taking a little break or something. They will just find a random streamer online, usually in the same genre of gaming that they do. So like Fortnite, for example, while they're waiting for like a buddy to get on, or, again, the next session to start, they'll find another streamer. It's happened to me a couple times, and they will bring that individual stream up on theirs and be like, hey, go check out, let's watch this streamer for a little bit, see how they're doing, and let's show them some love. So you'll get sometimes 15, 20 people hopping over to your stream and watching your stream for, even if it's 5 minutes or less, you get 20 people. That's a lot of time. Also, it cultivates engagement on your video, which encourages the algorithm to push your content out to more people, which then again brings in more view time. So it's very helpful, and you also tend to get at least a couple subs out of it as well. So it's definitely a good thing to do. And lastly, engagement. So engagement kind of means a couple things in this, and I'll get to that. So to me, it's very important that you are communicating and engaging with your viewers. So whether you're on, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, if people are commenting on your videos, your posts, etc., that means that they've taken the time to watch your content and they've had something to say, whether it's, constructive criticism, just kind of praise, sometimes it's even negative feedback, what have you. They've taken the time to watch or look at your content. And I think it's important to respond to their feedback. And obviously, you want to try to be as, polite as possible and professional, in my opinion, and communicate with them to help build that community, help build that relationship with your viewer. I wholeheartedly appreciate the people that watch my content and communicate on my content or communicate to me. And I like to let them know that I've heard them and I see them. Because I know as an individual that comments on other people's stuff, it is nice when, even if I see like a like, that's nice because they're acknowledging that they saw what I had to say. But yes, engaging. So the next thing would be creating engaging content, which isn't always easy. And what do I mean by engaging content? So if you Google engaging content, you'll see pretty much a generic explanation of something like this, which is engaging content offers something new to the viewer, an unexpected laugh, a new perspective, bits of knowledge about something you're passionate about, or ties to your content, or something entertaining or inspiring. So usually making it pretty connecting to you as a person, to give the viewer something to be like, hey, as a content creator, this is what they represent, and I can kind of jive with that. A lot of the time people grasp onto that, and it generally gets you a sub or multiple views. So I think shorts are a fantastic platform for this, because if you're streaming, it's not always easy to get that. Or if you're making very specific content, whether it's DIY videos or reviews or entertainment, if you're making videos that you're literally just putting out there and it's like, hey, this is my work of art, you're not always putting out there something about you as a person. So I think this is a really good way of doing it, because you can kind of do it in compact amounts and still kind of get something across about you. So for example, I'll have this link in the description of this video, but basically with this short, I have it just titled, World's Greatest Gamer, ? And as you can see, Batman, is typically labeled the world's greatest detective. So, obviously I'm a pretty big Batman fan. It connects to my content. So, but I purposely made this funny. So I have it funny, you know, try to create an unexpected laugh or even expected. It's connected to my content, and it shows that, you know, I'm comfortable with being goofy every once in a while. So it's kind of telling people about myself as a person, as a content creator, and like what I like to do with my content. So again, if you're doing these 5 key things, I think you have a much higher chance of reaching that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 total hours viewed in a year, you know, and being pretty consistent about it. And that's a pretty big thing. So when I first started, I kind of got disheartened because, you know, things were going slow, and this happens to a lot of people. You know, I got started, got, you know, I think it was like up to like 300 subscribers, and I got like, I think at that point I got to maybe like 1,000 hours viewed. I can't rightfully remember, but it was like maybe like a quarter of the way, and I was just kind of worn out because I was just primarily just focusing on just streaming at that point, and I was having a lot of issues and couldn't figure out why. But once I dove into it and got consistent and kind of like got focal points, it really made a difference. So I'm going to talk about my journey as a whole. Hopefully you know, stay to watch this part. If you don't, I totally understand. You always can come back and watch it later. But yeah, I started the Rustic Nerd Dad channel about a year and a half ago. And I've always wanted to share my passion of like cosplay and nerddom and geekdom, you know, doing reviews, just talking about stuff and gaming and everything in between. So when I started my channel, I primarily focused on DIYs and reviews. That was, if you look back to my oldest videos, that's pretty much what it was heavily for the most part. And that's basically what I was building my channel off. So then my stepbrother, the Hairy Eagle, I'll have him tagged in the description as well. You can check out his channel. He started streaming, and that's something that I very much and still am interested in, and I wanted to do that. So I started streaming on, you know, like my Facebook page, Twitch, and YouTube. And, you know, things weren't really going well. And I couldn't figure out why. I was like, you know, I've got things set up to what I think is pretty good, but it just, you know, it wasn't getting the traction that I thought it would get. And I really couldn't understand why. And I was looking at, you know, what my stepbrother was doing. I was looking at what some other streamers were doing that were new and they were doing well. I had a lot of this stuff figured out and laid out, and I could not figure out why, for the life of me, why things were not gaining traction. So I ended up taking a break. Again, like I said, at about 300 subscribers, I took a break because I was just really burnt out and mentally frustrated as to why I wasn't getting anywhere. So after my break, I decided to come back fresh, you know, really hone in on what I wanted to do. I started to really lean into TikTok and started to really lean on, you know, utilizing TikTok as well to bring content, not just viewers, but content over to my shorts platform. Like if you look at a lot of my shorts video, I was just being lazy and didn't even take the water off of a lot of my videos. And there were even times that, you know, if a short wasn't taking off the way I wanted it to, I would just take it down, and like a month later, I would try to upload again. And sometimes it would work where it would take off and get a bunch of views and subscribers. And sometimes, you know, there's still some there that just really didn't do anything. And I've just kind of left them. But it's okay to basically reload that and see where it gets you. And over time, I really started to look at the analytics of my videos, especially as I got closer, you know, to the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 total hours viewed. And I happened to notice something. My DIY videos and my review videos and were doing consistently well on rewatch. Like people were coming back to watch that content specifically. And very, very few of my actual gaming videos were getting that same attention. Light bulb moment. When I initially built, and this applies to my Facebook page too, when I initially built my Facebook page and built my YouTube channel, they were built on the premise of, or the story of, and the focal point of DIY and review video. they weren't built on gaming. So my analytics were basically evolving to heavily focus on that content rather than my gaming. So what did I need to do? So basically what I needed to do was separate those two entities. So what I ended up doing is creating the RND Gaming. I created a whole new Facebook page, which is quite fresh. I have a link to that in my description as well below if you want to check it out and subscribe. It would be very much appreciated. But I'll be giving tips and tricks on that on that channel as well as I grow and look at things specifically from a streaming perspective. But anyways, I realized that I needed to separate that content and create a channel specifically for streaming and gaming. So basically at this point, I've started to lay out the groundwork, kind of like I did for my other channel, started to lay out the groundwork for the RND Gaming. And again, like I said, I created a whole new Facebook page for this as well. So you can always check that out as well. And I've started to lay out whole new groundwork for gaming and streaming specifically, because I think that tends to be a whole animal on its own. So I think it's really important to keep that separate and not intermingled with your other content if you are creating other content. Another thing that I think is important is connecting your brands. So I very well could have easily, completely made a whole new rebrand for my gaming part, but I think it's important to make a consistent brand so that you can kind of promote yourself in your other aspects, your other channels, your other pages, etc. Because one thing that's pretty big is sharing your content. And the more your content is shared, the more likely people are going to come across it. So that basically gives you an extra platform to share your content to in the future. So anyway, if you got this far, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this information helped somebody. Again, it's really, really, to me, basic information, and I will continue to create videos like this as I grow and learn. And actually a big thing is I'm actually taking a digital media marketing class right now. It's a certificate, and I've gotten a lot of information, and I will actually be making videos to post about that information that I have learned, and I'm more than happy to share that to help others grow and learn. So again, if you found this information helpful, I would very much appreciate a sub, a like, and a comment. And again, hopefully you were able to learn something from this, and hopefully you enjoy the Rustic Nerd Dad family. But again, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and again, I appreciate everybody so far. I'm so excited to be on this journey with everyone. All right, take care.